Following a very divisive election season, panic has set in with a large portion of LGBTQ youth, especially trans youth. According to Ad Impact, as of October 9th, the Trump campaign had already spent over $21 million on anti-LGBTQ/anti-trans advertisements.
On day one, I will revoke Joe Biden's cruel policies on so-called gender-affirming care. Ridiculous.
Kamala's for they, them. President Trump is for you.
I'm Donald J. Trump, and I approve this message.
With such a large focus of the president-elect's campaign being attacking the queer community, we here at the Morning Brew investigated how our students are feeling.
I'm trans. I felt kind of bad because HRT, like voice changing stuff and surgeries, are going to be a lot harder to get.
Trump has made a lot of promises on his plans with the trans community, but how plausible are these plans?
When we look at what could be done, right? And so this is the idea that someone campaigns on these very big, broad, sweeping ideas or those hot button topics that people will vote on, but how difficult is it in reality? Checks and balances, right? This idea of what a president wants to do in theory is not what they can do in practice. And so we see that a whole lot with presidents coming in promising large movements there and lots of changes. Now, there is a dramatic effect with each office, right? So each person that we see come into and serve the people there is going to have that kind of ripple effect on the people they surround them with, and whether that's going to be more supportive and moving rights forward. But as far as a backslide backwards, we have a whole Congress, right? We have a whole judicial system, and the idea there is anything that they find that could be in violations of amendments such as equal protection and whatnot would be caught in that checks and balances.
The fears of the trans community have only been aggravated by currently pending Supreme Court case United States versus Skermeti, which is arguing the rights of trans youth to receive certain medical treatments.
Okay, so the case that we were specifically talking about that's reaching up to the Supreme Court level is concerned with the ability of a state to limit health care for transgender teens, right, that are transitioning, and those services based on the presumption that those services could be harmful to teens. And the pushback there is the idea that we see this violation of the 14th Amendment, right, with that equal protection. So the concern would be, if this does pass because of a traditionally conservative majority at this point, what could be a slippery slope?
With Trump's transition into presidency, we will have to see which promises become policy. If you are a student who is experiencing post-election anxiety, please reach out to a counselor or a trusted adult. This has been Justin Evans, Giselle Patale, Gregory Pozo Aranda, and Charles O'Connor for the Morning Brew.